everyone, welcome back to another video. It's Carolyn with Therapy for the Soul. It is Friday, October 25th, and I am here with another Twin Flame Collective reading for you to just talk about where the energies are at this week. So to begin, the current energy just of the collective Twin Flame unions, and please remember this is a collective reading, so just take what resonates for you. We have the Ace of Wands card, or Spark. And I love the spark because it just reminds me of the flame, right? When you think of twin flames. And so the Ace of Wands is all about new beginnings. Perhaps something is being offered to you. There's a change, there's a spark. Something new is igniting. And so that's really exciting that is the current energy of collective twin flame unions. What is in the Divine Masculine's headspace about union right now? He is feeling alone. This makes me feel like he's missing his Divine Feminine. Maybe he's reflecting on things that didn't go as he would have liked. He's just like noticing absence in his life. I remember last week's reading, he was really wanting his Divine Feminine. So this tells me that he's really just noticing her physical absence in his life. He may be struggling to connect with his Divine Feminine in his heart space, where we can always connect with our twin flames. But I guess the present energy of the Divine Masculine Collective is in their headspace. They're just like feeling alone. And the Divine Masculine heart space, we have release, or in traditional tarot, this is the Death card. And so this can also contribute to maybe why he's feeling alone, because he is going through the process of just releasing what no longer serves him anymore. And so he's really going through this transformation, like something is ending so something new can begin, so this spark can take off. But he needs to let go of what doesn't serve him. And sometimes this can cause you to feel alone. As you're going through this, it can feel like a dark night of the soul. But just know the Divine Masculine is releasing right now. And the Divine Feminine headspace about union, we have control. And I believe this came up for the Divine Masculine's heart space last week. And so now it's in the Divine Feminine's headspace. And in traditional tarot, this reflects the Strength card. And so this maybe the Divine Feminine is really feeling into what it would be like when the Divine Masculine reaches out. Maybe he extends an olive branch with this Ace of Wands card. The Divine Feminine is maybe getting clarity about what she's thinking about union. Is there forgiveness that needs to happen? She's not reacting to her feelings. She wants to respond to her feelings. And so she's just trying to have control within her headspace. In her heart space, we have clarity of belief. So she's really just trying to understand in her heart, to get clear, maybe what is this twin flame union about for her? What does she desire? How is she really feeling? In her heart, she's feeling into that clarity. And perhaps as she's feeling into that, she needs to be aware of what is in her headspace as well. In terms of just a guidance step to work towards healing, it's quite interesting. I used two different decks for this, and I got quite a similar message from both decks, which is quite important. The first one we have is Surrender to Prayer. And on the card it says, give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. So this tells me to reach out to God, because your twin flame really reflects your relationship with God in human form, right? And remember, with God, anything can happen. What feels impossible, God makes possible. So really just reach out to God. I think it's important to remember, to do inner work and to meditate, right? And do inner healing work. But it's important not to forget this step of also reaching out to God and praying to God for what you desire. And the other card that I mentioned was similar. It says, surrender to the divine. And on the back of this card, it says, identify one fear you need to surrender unconditionally into the hands of the divine, with the emphasis on unconditional. This prayer can truly change your entire life. Your goal to lift the burden of fear from your soul. And so with the divine feminines, perhaps fear is coming up in their headspace that they're needing to control, right? And they may be getting clarity on what that fear is, what's underneath that fear. Don't forget to just surrender to God, right? Ask God for help. God is with you every step of the way, and it's so important to make sure that you are working on healing separation consciousness with God. You're a child of God, and that's such a huge part of this journey. And as you surrender to God, look at this rainbow. You can have all that you desire, right? So invite God in. In terms of what is helping twin flame unions, a card came up that says courage. Beautiful message, right? So it says, divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry, all will be well. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear divine, may I feel your courage and your will. So this relates quite nicely to the idea of prayer and just surrendering to the divine. But the courage that you're having with this twin flame journey, that is what is helping your union right now. So this is something that's really important and not to forget. This journey is not for the faint of heart, right? I know sometimes it can feel easier to think, oh, I'm just going to go date somebody else, right? But your twin flame, it's this spiritual union with somebody who is you. You have this, shared consciousness. This is why I think that there is so much inner work involved with this type of union and this type of relationship. And so, like I said, it can be easy to just give in to the fears, right? And just feel like you just want to give up. But the courage that you have to keep on going on this journey, the faith that you have in yourself and God and your twin flame, that is what is helping your union. So keep up with that courage, okay? Messages from the romance angels. I have two. The first one is, let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. And as we look at the control card, again, that, came up for the divine feminine headspace. So the romance angels are just saying everything is unfolding as it should. Get out of your headspace. Feel into how your heart is feeling. Feel into the love. Keep choosing love over fear. Okay, that is their guidance. And they also want you to focus on passion. As you're letting go of these control issues. And I don't know, some of you might be just really focusing a lot on your twin flame union or your divine masculine or divine feminine and just wondering what they're doing, what's happening. But instead, this guidance is, as you let go of that, focus on yourself instead and do what feels good and what feels passionate to you. This is very attractive to your twin flame. You know, think about what are just some joyful, passionate things that you might like to do with your twin flame. Make a love list with that. Okay? Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. This is like a beautiful union, the twin flame union. Okay? Another angel message says, change in direction. The changes you're experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. And I love how there's a stork here and there's a little baby here. Right? This is like the birth of your harmonious twin flame union. So there may be some sort of change in direction, whether the divine is like nudging you in a different way. And if that's happening, just follow that guidance. It's happening for a reason. You know, the divine wants you to be with your twin flame. The divine wants you to have so much joy and passion and happiness in your life. They don't want you to have a life of struggle. And so it's really important to just follow any guidance steps you receive about a change in direction. This change in direction can also relate to the energy of union, which is this Ace of Wands and the Sparks card, right? And so perhaps just the way things have been in your union, whether you're in physical separation or just things aren't feeling as good as you would like, perhaps there is now going to be a change in direction with your union. A shift. Maybe it's going from ex relationship to twin flame union, right? It's all about like releasing, letting go of what was, right? To make space for this bigger and better thing that's coming in. I received a Rumi message. And this is from the Gift of Rumi. So I know some of the other Rumi decks are quite extensive and elaborate in their descriptions. This one is a little bit simpler, which makes it a little bit easier. But this one just is work. So I'm thinking, as you are having the courage to keep going, to not give up on your union, you're putting in the work, right? You're doing the inner work. You're having trust and faith in God, in your twin flame, in yourself. Even in this picture, it almost looks like 3 people in a sense on here. And I love how the one in the middle, it almost looks like there's a cross on the body. So it really is like the divine feminine, divine masculine, and God, right? Just the 3 in 1. Keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. And then to end this reading, I have 2 decks that are called like twin flame messages. So I got a message from your divine counterparts. Figure whoever's watching the reading, this is a message from your divine counterpart, whether it would be a divine masculine or divine feminine. So they want you to know, I'm more affected than you know, which may go along with this feeling alone card, right? They're not out just like living it up. They're not happy without you in harmonious union with them. Okay, so they are more affected than your ego may lead you to believe. And the other message is, you're all I've ever wanted. And so don't forget this. Your twin flame desires you just as much as you desire them. Right? They're your perfect partner, your perfect lover. Nobody else compares to who you are to them, okay? So please take this with you and just remember this in the times just kind of like your ego gets in the way, your fears, your doubts get in the way. keep having the courage to keep moving forward, because just as your twin flame is all you've ever wanted, the same goes for how your twin flame feels about you. So I hope the messages for this week resonate for you about the collective twin flame unions. If you would like a personal reading, focusing on your specific union, you can check out my website where I do offer that, and I'd be very happy to do a reading for you. But I hope that you have a great week. Keep staying courageous, keep doing the inner work, and I look forward to perhaps hearing about some of these new sparks that are coming about as a result of some of the shifts and just following inner guidance that you receive and divine guidance. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you again soon.